everyone. I really want to keep making videos on this because I miss how much I love it, and I miss how much I like to reply to my commenters, and I love the support I get from people and the advice and just interacting with people from all over the world. Anyway, so I plan on making more videos. It's just my life's kind of insane right now. Hence the last video I made. But I wanted to make this video about why I chose to become a PSW. And right now I'm a PSW student in my second semester of school. So can you turn that off? Because I don't want there to be any distraction in the bathroom.
I'm just trying to wash my fucking face. Just a second.
Maggie.
Okay. Keep talking.
So the reason I became a PSW, I want to make this video and just talking about how it's going and everything. So basically, if you don't know what a PSW is, it means personal support worker. I think, okay, there's a lot of different names for it. I know that, and like wherever you are in the world, it has a different name. But I think the main name it has in America, like in the USA, is a nurse's assistant. So it's basically, then there's auxiliary assistant or like auxiliary, and then there's like care attendant, and it has so many names, like depending where you go and like what province or what state or whatever. There's so many different names for it. But in Ontario, where I live, it's called personal support worker. That is the name of the career. That's the name. That is what your title is. So it's a 1-year program at college, and you can also take it like at smaller colleges that are a lot cheaper. And sometimes I wonder like if I should have done that because I would have saved a lot of money. But at the same time, I'm happy that I'm getting so much education, and it's like just a lot more knowledge, which I think is really good, so I can be the best PSW I can be. So I'm actually trying to make this video for like all the
really
PSW.
mature.
So I lost my train of thought. So being a PSW, you are basically in charge of personal care, physical care of people. So the main type of person we're going to be caring for is like elderly people who live in nursing homes and old person home, like if you want to call it that, but I call it a long-term care facility. Basically it's where elderly people go who have dementia, Alzheimer's, different illnesses where they can't do things for themselves anymore, and they basically like lose their independence, and they need somebody to care for them, because if no one cares for them, they will get really sick and they will die probably. So you can also go into people's homes and care for them. Like you can go into their own home and care for them. There's so many different things to being a PSW. It's amazing. I honestly am amazed with how much different stuff there is involved in it. I did not think it was going to be so complex when I joined the program. But there's so many different places you can work. There's so many different things you can do. You can specialize in things like, anyway. So I'm really enjoying my program. I love it to death. I'm doing really well in it, and I have 2 more full months to go. So I basically have the rest of May to go, and then June, July, and then August, early August is when I'm finished. Like I have all my last exams before August 10th, I think. And then I graduate like a month later or something, I don't know. And like I'm already more than halfway done it, and I'm just so proud of myself. But I wanted to talk a little bit about why I chose it. So my main goal really is to become a nurse one day. I'm not sure if I want to go the full stretch and become an RN. That's a lot of university and a lot of science. You have to get your bachelor's of science in nursing at university, and that's kind of daunting, to be honest, because
I think we're smart enough for it.
I think if I really put my mind to it, I could do it. But it sounds very hard, and there's a lot of knowledge packed into those 4 years. It's a lot of responsibility too to be an RN, because of course you have doctors next, but like RNs, I think they're pretty much in charge of everyone below that. So that's like they're in charge of the RPNs, they're in charge of the PSWs. Yeah, I think that's how it goes anyway, because there's kind of like a hierarchy. PSWs at the bottom, and then RPN, and then RN. Or there's also the RPN program. That's the one I'm really, really considering going into, but probably not for another year, because I want to work as a PSW for a year and pay off some of my loans, or all of it, hopefully, and maybe do a bit of traveling, really become good at that job, because if you have a strong base and foundation in being a PSW, then you can become a much better nurse, because you have that experience of kind of being the front line, like the bottom. I guess some people would maybe look at it as the bottom of the food chain. But I think it's important to have that experience, because you're going to develop a lot of empathy and compassion for people, which I think is so important in nursing. It's so important in nursing. Like, of course, you have to care about other people and their feelings if you're going to be a nurse, like common sense. So I think the reason I wanted to become a PSW is because I really want to help people, and that probably sounds so cliche, but the more I'm in this program, the more I realize, like, we're put on this earth to make an impact on it. Everyone's here for a reason and a purpose. If you don't think you have a purpose, you are so wrong. I think my purpose was to help people, and is to help people and help save people's lives and help make people's lives better and more comfortable. That's something that I can see myself living with as a profession for a long time. And being a PSW, you are helping the people who need it the most. They can't take care of themselves. They can't do the things that they used to be able to do, or maybe they've never been able to do it, because you're not always just caring for elderly people. Sometimes you're caring for very small children, or people that are middle-aged, or people that are my own age, like 20. It's basically you're helping the people who can't help themselves, and that's like the big picture, I think. When it comes to being a PSW, you are helping the people who can't help themselves. And while you're doing that, you're trying to promote independence so that people want to be independent. People don't really want, their true desire isn't to just hand over all of their power and independence and be completely dependent on somebody else caring for them. That's not in our nature as humans. So you're trying to help people and do things that they can't do, while at the same time promoting independence and like letting them do as much as they possibly can for themselves, so that they still feel like a human. And it's hard to balance it all. And but I really think I have found like the right path for myself, and I probably will become a nurse of some kind at some point in my life. But I think right where I'm at in this program of being a personal support worker is right where I need to be. And I'm so happy to be here, and I think that's why I'm doing so well in the program, is just because like I'm in love with it. I'm in love with the idea of myself doing that, and I think it's so amazing that I've really found something that I can do and I'm good at. And I feel like I'm a piece of a puzzle, and you know, I was looking for my spot for so long and trying to figure myself out and where I should be, and I finally found it. I finally fit into this spot. And I'm on the right path. So I wanted to make this video, obviously, because I make videos on my channel as like, it's kind of like a journey, a video diary, and I keep like a lot of memories on my YouTube channels that I've had. But also I wanted to make this for people who are maybe interested in being a PSW, or a nurse's assistant or whatever. Like, this is an amazing start of a career path. Like, this is an amazing, amazing start, and I recommend it to anyone who, you have to have a strong stomach. I will say, like, this is not a career for somebody who is, who has a weak stomach and who can't deal with bodily fluids and people possibly like abusing you, like calling you names or like trying to hurt you or harm you, because a lot of times these people that you're working with, the residents or patients or whatever, like sometimes they are not like cognitively all there, mentally all there, and they get scared, and you have to be prepared that like you could possibly get hurt. And also like dealing with all the nasty stuff that people say, you know, you're gonna see it, you're gonna see a lot of it like every single day. So keep that in mind, that if you don't think you can handle that, if you think you're gonna like throw up every 5 minutes, like maybe don't become a PSW because that stuff, you're just gonna have to deal with it. There's no way around it. I can deal with it quite all right. Like I'm not even afraid of germs. Like I'm not afraid to get dirty if I have to, which I think is actually really good for being in this profession. But yeah, if you want to help people and you think you can handle kind of the downs of the jobs, then you are really going to benefit from becoming a PSW. And like, the money isn't bad either. Like, I obviously haven't started getting paid for it, but it's a lot better than minimum wage, and I'm really excited to get my first job. I think I want to work in long-term care because I've gotten a lot of experience, and I believe I can do it. But there's a lot of other areas too I haven't experienced, like maybe working in a group home or a retirement home. My last placement, I want it to be at a retirement home, so I can get that experience. But anyway, my dad's calling.
Is everything okay? Yeah.
Anyways,
She's just taking a shit.
oh my god. I am too lazy to edit this, so I apologize. Thanks for watching.